Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Thunderbolt, the Willys Jeep. If you've been following, well, you haven't been following in a while probably, because you've noticed I haven't put any videos out in quite a while. If you're a subscriber and you haven't unsubscribed, thanks for sticking around. If you were watching, you noticed last winter Jeremy and I were working on it, got quite a bit done, but as time allowed, and then everything kind of came to a stop. Last year's goal was to get it back together and get it running and at least drivable on the property. The big goal was to get it, street legal again and get driving it. But the real goal was just to get it put back together, get it running, and get it drivable on the property to start working out the bugs before driving it on the roads. If you watched, you saw that we did get the engine fired up. Just with fuel in the carburetor, pouring it in the top of the carburetor and letting it run itself out. There's not coolant attached. We don't have the fuel tank connected, but we only wanted to run it for a few seconds. Again, no coolant. We didn't want to heat it up, but we just wanted to see that it fired and started up, and we had the timing right, that kind of thing, real quick. So that's how far we got. And then, like I said, then things kind of came to a stop. And if you were following the channel, it would be easy to assume that it was just another case of a guy working on a project, got tired of it, and gave up. That wasn't the case. It was actually an inadvertent stall in the project. The reality is the weather got nice. We do a lot of camping. Jeremy and his wife Amanda, me and my wife Lisa, and our friends Dan, you've seen him on the channel, and his wife Twyla. We do a lot of jeeping in the summer with our JKs, and Jeremy has a YJ. But our more modern Jeeps, we go out, we do a lot of trail riding, camping in the summer, and then it's summer, family events, weddings, funerals, whatever, things come up and got in the way, and in the summer, we just didn't get back out here. Well, today's the day after Christmas, so Merry Christmas, and hopefully you'll have a Happy New Year. But now it's winter in Michigan, and I got a new load of firewood, and we got the shop heated up, and we're ready to get started working on it again. So we didn't give up on it, just summer. And it turns out, by accident, it became a winter project. So again, it's winter, and we're going to get back going on it. So really looking forward to, now that we know it'll run, continuing to put things together, getting the... We are going from 6 to 12 volts, so getting the alternator bracket figured out, get that mounted, bought a new radiator, getting a radiator, coolant, just everything, getting everything back together, and little by little, and probably one night a week again, like we did last year, and like I said, just continue working on it, and I'll get back to putting videos out as we do work on it, so you can follow along. For those of you who never seen this channel, this isn't a how-to. This is, hey, this is what we're doing, right or wrong, figuring it out as we go. Jeremy's pretty good at working on cars. I kind of do what I can on mine. I try to do my own maintenance, but I've never worked on a Willys Jeep too much, and they're not complicated, but like everything, it's you don't know what you don't know. And several years ago, I paid good money to get this motor rebuilt, and I only had them put together partially, the valves and the cam, and I wanted to do the rest to get familiar with this motor, do it myself as much as I could, and to have that pride in doing it yourself. And unfortunately that all came to a stall. For those of you who are familiar, you know the story, but for those of you who haven't seen, basically, I've got a daughter who is getting into sports heavily and competitively, getting into junior high and high school. And back then, I had the motor rebuilt and taken apart, and I started to work on it. Then when she got heavy into competitive soccer and club soccer, and I was helping coach, then she got into volleyball, getting into high school and travel and all the tournaments and everything. This just was less priority than my daughter. And I put it on the back burner for a long time, and she's at college now, and I've got the time. This is her second year at Western Michigan University, and she did community college first, so she's actually going to be graduating in the spring. Excuse me. So with her at college and not in sports, we're not running her practices and tournaments and everything. So it's time to work on this again. That was again last year, and we got quite a ways. So another thing you'll notice is I'm a rambler. Like now, I just get rambling. But so the project did stall. We're getting back at it now, and really stoked about getting it running and driving. So hopefully you'll stick around. If you ain't already, subscribe, see when the next video comes out, and just kind of follow along and watch us get old Thunderbolt back together and get her on the road. Thanks for watching.